Deuteronomy chapter 1. These are the words which Moshe spoke unto all Yashrael on this side of the Yarden, in the wilderness, in the plain, over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophel, and Lavan, and Chat-Serath, and Di-Zaav. There are 11 days' journey from Horeb by the way of Mount Seir unto Kadesh Barnea. And it came to pass in the 14th year, in the 11th month, on the first day of the month, that Moshe spoke unto the children of Yashrael, according unto all that Yahweh had given him in commandment unto them. After he had slain Sichon, the king of the Amorim, which dwelt in Heshbon, and Og, king of Bashan, which dwelt at Ashtaroth in Edrei, on this side of the Yarden, in the land of Moab, began Moshe to declare this Torah, saying, Yahweh Eloheinu spoke unto us in Horeb, saying, Ye have dealt long enough in this mount. Turn you and take your journey, and go to the mount of the Amorim, and unto all the places nigh thereunto, in the plain, in the hills, and in the valley, and in the Negev, and by the seaside, to the land of the Canaanim, and unto Lebanon, unto the great river, the river Parat. Behold, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess the land which Yahweh swore unto your fathers, Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, to give unto them and to their seed after them. And I spoke unto you at that time, saying, I am not able to bear you myself alone. Yahweh Elohim has multiplied you. And behold, ye are this day as the stars of heaven for multitude. Yahweh Elohai of your fathers make you 1,000 times so many more as ye are, and bless you as he has promised you. How can I myself alone bear your cumbrance, and your burden, and your strife? Take you wise men and understanding, and known among your tribes, and I will make them rulers over you. And ye answered me and said, The thing which you have spoken is good for us to do. So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, captains over hundreds, and captains over 50s, and captains over 10s, and officers among your tribes. And I charged your judges at that time, saying, Hear the causes between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is Elohim's, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. And I commanded you at that time all things which ye should do. And when we departed from Horeb, we went through all that great and terrible wilderness, which ye saw by the way of the mountain of the Amorim, as Yahweh Eloheinu commanded us. And we came to Kadesh Barnea, and I said unto you, Ye are come unto the mountain of the Amorim, which Yahweh Eloheinu gives unto us. Behold, Yahweh Elohika has set the land before you. Go up and possess it, as Yahweh Elohai of your fathers has said unto you. Fear not, neither be discouraged. And ye came near unto me, every one of you, and said, We will send men before us, and they shall search us out the land, and bring us word again by what way we must go up, and into what cities we shall come. And the same pleased me well. And I took 12 men of you, one of a tribe, and they turned and went up into the mountain, and came unto the valley of Eshcol, and searched it out. And they took of the fruit of the land in their hands, and brought it down unto us, and brought us word again, and said, It is a good land which Yahweh Eloheinu gives us. Notwithstanding, you would not go up, but rebelled against the commandment of Yahweh Elohika. And ye murmured in your tents, and said, Because Yahweh hated us, he has brought us forth out of the land of Mitzrayim, to deliver us into the hand of the Amorim, to destroy us. Whither shall we go up? Our brethren have discouraged our heart, saying, the people are greater and taller than we. The cities are great and walled up to heaven. And moreover, we have seen the sons of the Anakim there. Then I said unto you, dread not, neither be afraid of them. Yahweh Elohim, which goes before you, he shall fight for you, according to all that he did for you in Mitzrayim before your eyes. And in the wilderness, where you have seen how that Yahweh Elohim bore you, as a man bears his son, in all the way that you went until you came into this place. Yet in this thing you did not believe Yahweh Elohim, who went in the way before you to search out a place to pitch your tents in fire by night to show you by what way you should go, and in a cloud by day. And Yahweh heard the voice of your words, and was wroth, and swore, saying, surely there shall not one of these men of this evil generation see the good land which I swore to give unto your fathers, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, he shall see it. And to him will I give the land that he has trodden upon, and to his children, because he has wholly followed Yahweh. Also, Yahweh was angry with me for your sakes, saying, you also shall not go in thither. But Yahusha the son of Nun, which stands before you, he shall go in thither. Encourage him, for he shall cause Yashrael to inherit it. Moreover, your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, and your children, which in that day had no knowledge between good and evil, they shall go in thither, and unto them will I give it, and they shall possess it. But as for you, turn you, and take your journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Then ye answered and said unto me, we have sinned against Yahweh. We will go up and fight, according to all that Yahweh Eloheinu commanded us. And when ye had girded on every man his weapons of war, ye were ready to go up into the hill. And Yahweh said unto me, say unto them, go not up, neither fight, for I am not among you, lest ye be smitten before your enemies. So I spoke unto you, and ye would not hear, but rebelled against the commandment of Yahweh, and went presumptuously up into the hill. And the Amorim which dwelt in that mountain came out against you, and chased you, as bees do, and destroyed you in Seir, even unto Hormah. And ye returned and wept before Yahweh. But Yahweh would not hearken to your voice, nor give ear unto you. So ye abode in Kadesh many days, according unto the days that ye abode there. Deuteronomy chapter 2. Then we turned and took our journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea, as Yahweh spoke unto me, and we compassed Mount Seir many days. And Yahweh spoke unto me, saying, ye have compassed this mountain long enough. Turn you northward, and commanded the people, saying, ye are to pass through the coast of your brethren, the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir, and they shall be afraid of you. Take ye good heed unto yourselves, therefore, meddle not with them, for I will not give you of their land, no, not so much as a footbreadth, because I have given Mount Seir unto Esau for a possession. Ye shall buy meat of them for money, that ye may eat, and ye shall also buy water of them for money, that ye may drink. For Yahweh Elohim has blessed you in all the works of your hand. He knows you're walking through this great wilderness these 40 years. Yahweh Elohim has been with you. You have lacked nothing. And when we passed by from our brethren, the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, through the way of the plain from Elath, even from Etzon Geber, we turned and passed by the way of the wilderness of Moab. And Yahweh said unto me, distress not the Moabim, neither contend with them in battle, for I will not give you of their land for a possession, because I have given Ar unto the children of Lot for a possession. The Emim dwelt therein in times past, a people great and many and tall as the Anakim, which also were accounted Rephaim, as the Anakim, but the Moabim call them Emim. The Horim also dwelt in Seir before time, but the children of Esau succeeded them when they had destroyed them from before them, and dwelt in their stead. as Yashrael did unto the land of his possession, which Yahweh gave unto them. Now rise up, said I, and get you over the brook Zered. And we went over the brook Zered, and in the space in which we came from Kadesh Barnea, until we were come over the brook Zered, was 38 years, until all the generation of men of war were wasted out from among the host, as Yahweh swore unto them. For indeed the hand of Yahweh was against them, to destroy them from among the host, until they were consumed. So it came to pass, when all the men of war were consumed, and dead from among the people, that Yahweh spoke unto me, saying, You are to pass over through Ar, the coast of Moab, this day. And when ye come nigh over against the children of Ammon, distress them not, nor meddle with them. For I will not give you of the land of the children of Ammon any possession, because I have given it unto the children of Lot for a possession. That also was accounted a land of Rephaim. Rephaim dwelt therein in old time, and the Ammonim call them Zamzumim, a people great and many and tall as the Anakim. But Yahweh destroyed them before them, and they succeeded them, and dwelt in their stead. As he did to the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, when he destroyed the Horim from before them, and they succeeded them, and dwelt in their stead, even unto this day. And the Avim, which dwelt in Hatzerim, even unto Gaza, the Caphtorim, which came forth out of Caphtor, destroyed them, and dwelt in their stead. Rise ye up, take your journey, and pass over the river Arnon. Behold, I have given it into your hand. Sihon the Amori, king of Heshbon, and his land, begin to possess it, and contend with him in battle. This day will I begin to put the dread of you and the fear of you upon the nations that are under the whole heaven, who shall hear report of you, and shall tremble, and be in anguish because of you. And I sent messengers out of the wilderness of Kedemoth unto Sihon, king of Heshbon, with words of peace, saying, Let me pass through your land. I will go along by the highway. I will neither turn unto the right hand, nor to the left. You shall sell me meat for money, that I may eat, and give me water for money, that I may drink. Only I will pass through on my feet. As the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir, and the Moavim, which dwell in Ar, did unto me, until I shall pass over the Yarden, into the land which Yahweh Eloheinu gives us. But Sihon, king of Heshbon, would not let us pass by him, for Yahweh Elohika hardened his ruach, and made his heart obstinate, that he might deliver him into your hand, as appears this day. And Yahweh said unto me, Behold, I have begun to give Sihon and his land before you. Begin to possess, that you may inherit his land. Then Sihon came out against us, he and all his people, to fight at Yahatz. And Yahweh Eloheinu delivered him before us, and we smote him, and his sons, and all his people. And we took all his cities at that time, and utterly destroyed the men, and the women, and the little ones of every city. We left none to remain. Only the cattle we took for a prey unto ourselves, and the spoil of the cities which we took. From Aror, which is by the brink of the river Arnon, and from the city that is by the river, even unto Gilead, there was not one city too strong for us. Yahweh Eloheinu delivered all unto us. Only unto the land of the children of Ammon you came not, nor unto any place of the river Yabok, nor unto the cities in the mountains, nor unto whatsoever Yahweh Eloheinu forbade us. Deuteronomy chapter 3. Then we turned and went up the way to Bashan, and Og, the king of Bashan, came out against us, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. And Yahweh said unto me, Fear him not, for I will deliver him, and all his people, and his land, into your hand. And ye shall do unto him as ye did unto Sihon, king of the Amorim, which dwelt at Heshbon. So Yahweh Eloheinu delivered into our hands Og also, the king of Bashan, and all his people, and we smote him until none was left to him remaining. And we took all his cities at that time. there was not a city which we took not from them. 80 cities, all the region of Argob, the kingdom of Og and Bashan. All these cities were fenced with high walls, gates, and bars, beside unwalled towns a great many, and we utterly destroyed them, as we did unto Sihon, king of Heshbon, utterly destroying the men, women, and children of every city. But all the cattle and the spoil of the cities we took for a prey to ourselves. And we took at that time out of the hand of the 2 kings of the Amorim the land which was on this side of the Jordan, from the river of Arnon unto Mount Hermon, which Hermon the Zidonian called Shirian, and the Amorim call it Shanir, all the cities of the plain, and all Gilead, and all Bashan, unto Salcah and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og in Bashan. For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of Rephaim. Behold, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron. Is it not in Rabbath of the children of Ammon? 9 cubits was the length thereof, and 4 cubits the breadth of it, after the cubit of a man. And this land which we possessed at that time, from Aor, which is by the river Arnon, and half Mount Gilead, and the cities thereof, gave I unto the Reuvenim and to the Gadim. And the rest of Gilead and all Bashan, being the kingdom of Og, gave I unto the half tribe of Manasseh. All the region of Argob, with all Bashan, which was called the land of Rephaim. Yair, the son of Manasseh, took all the country of Argob unto the coast of Geshuri and Ma'akathi, and called them after his own name, Bashan, Havoth, Yair, unto this day. And I gave Gilead unto Machir, and unto the Reuvenim, and unto the Gadim I gave from Gilead even unto the river Arnon half the valley, and the border even unto the river Yabok, which is in the border of the children of Ammon. The plain also, and the Jordan, and the coast thereof, from Kinneroth even unto the sea of the plain, even the salt sea, under Ashdoth, Hap, Pegah, eastward. And I commanded you at that time, saying, Yahweh Elohim has given you this land to possess it. Ye shall pass over armed before your brethren, the children of Yashreel, all that are meet for the war. But your women and your little ones and your cattle, for I know that you have much cattle, shall abide in your cities which I have given you, until Yahweh has given rest unto your children, as well unto you, until they also possess the land which Yahweh Elohim has given them beyond the Jordan. And then shall you return every man unto his possession which I have given you. And I commanded Yahusha at that time, saying, Your eyes have seen all that Yahweh Elohim has done unto these 2 kings. So shall Yahweh do unto all the kingdoms whither you pass. You shall not fear them, for Yahweh Elohim, he shall fight for you. And I besought Yahweh at that time, saying, O Adonai Yahweh, you have begun to show your servant your greatness and your mighty hand. For what else is there in the heavens or in the earth that can do according to your works and according to your might? I pray you, let me go over and see the good land that is beyond the Jordan, that goodly mountain and Lebanon. But Yahweh was wroth with me for your sakes, and would not hear me. And Yahweh said unto me, Let it suffice you, speak no more unto me of this matter. Get you up into the top of Pisgah, and lift up your eyes westward, and northward, and southward, and eastward, and behold it with your eyes. For you shall not go over this Jordan. But charge Yahusha, and encourage him, and strengthen him, for he shall go over before this people, and he shall cause them to inherit the land which you shall see. So we abode in the valley over against Bet Peor. Deuteronomy chapter 4. Now therefore, hearken, O Yashreel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live, and go in and possess the land which Yahweh Elohai of your fathers gives you. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may guard the commandments of Yahweh Elohim, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what Yahweh did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that followed Baal Peor, Yahweh Elohim has destroyed them from among you. But ye that did cleave unto Yahweh Elohim are alive, every one of you this day. Behold, I have taught you commandments and judgments, even as Yahweh Elohim commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Guard therefore, and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes, and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who has Elohim so nigh unto them, as Yahweh Eloheinu is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great, that has commandments and judgments so righteous as all this Torah, which I set before you this day? Only take heed to yourself, and guard your soul diligently, lest you forget the things which your eyes have seen, and lest they depart from your heart all the days of your life. But teach them your sons and your sons' sons, especially the day that you stood before Yahweh Elohim in Horeb, when Yahweh said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and they may teach their children. And ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire unto the midst of heaven, with darkness, clouds, and thick darkness. And Yahweh spoke unto you out of the midst of the fire. Ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude, only ye heard a voice. And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 devarim, and he wrote them upon 2 sapphire stones. And Yahweh commanded me at that time to teach you commandments and judgments, that ye might do them in the land whither you go over to possess it. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that Yahweh spoke unto you in Horeb, out of the midst of the fire, lest ye corrupt yourselves, and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flies in the air, the likeness of anything that creeps on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. Unless you lift up your eyes unto the heavens, and when you see the sun, and the moon, and the stars, even all the host of heaven shall be driven to worship them, and serve them, which Yahweh Elohim has divided unto all the nations under the whole heaven. But Yahweh has taken you, and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Mitzrayim, to be unto him a people of inheritance, as ye are this day. Furthermore, Yahweh was angry with me for your sakes, and swore that I should not go over the Yarden, and that I should not go in unto that good land which Yahweh Elohim gives you for an inheritance. But I must die in this land. I must not go over the Yarden, but ye shall go over and possess that good land. Take heed unto yourselves, lest ye forget the covenant of Yahweh Elohim, which he cut with you, and make you a graven image, or the likeness of anything which Yahweh Elohim has forbidden you. For Yahweh Elohim is a consuming fire, even a jealous El. When ye shall beget children, and children's children, and ye shall have remained long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves, and make a graven image, or the likeness of anything, and shall do evil in the sight of Yahweh Elohim, to provoke him to anger, I call the heavens and the earth to witness against you this day, that ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land, whereunto you go over the Yarden to possess. Ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed. And Yahweh shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither Yahweh shall lead you. And there ye shall serve Elohim, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. But if from thence you shall seek Yahweh Elohim, you shall find him, if you seek him with all your heart and with all your soul. When you are in tribulation and all these things are come upon you, even in the latter days, if you turn to Yahweh Elohim and shall be obedient unto his voice. For Yahweh Elohika is a merciful El. He will not forsake you, neither destroy you, nor forget the covenant of your fathers which he swore unto them. For ask now of the days that are past, which were before you, since the day that Elohim created man upon the earth, and ask from one side of heaven unto the other, whether there has been any such thing as this great thing is, or has been heard like it. Did ever people hear the voice of Elohim speaking out of the midst of the fire, as ye have heard and live? Or has Elohim essayed to go and take him a nation from the midst of another nation, by temptations, by signs, and by wonders, and by war, and by a mighty hand, and by a stretched out arm, and by great terrors, according to all that Yahweh Elohim did for you in Mitzrayim before your eyes? Unto you it was showed that you might know that Yahweh, he is Elohim. There is none else beside him. Out of the heaven he made you to hear his voice, that he might instruct you upon the earth. He showed you his great fire, and you heard his words out of the midst of the fire. And because he loved your fathers, therefore he chose their seed after them, and brought you out in his sight with his mighty power out of Mitzrayim, to drive out the nations from before you, greater and mightier than you are, to bring you in, to give you their land for an inheritance, as it is this day. Know therefore this day, and consider in your heart, that Yahweh, he is Elohim in heaven above. Upon the earth beneath, there is none else. You shall guard therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command you this day, that it might go well with you and with your children after you, and that you may prolong your days upon the earth, which Yahweh Elohika gives you forever. Then Moshe severed 3 cities on this side of the Yarden toward the sun rising, that the slayer might flee thither, which should kill the neighbor unawares, and hated him not in times past, and that fleeing unto one of these cities he might live. Namely, Bethser in the wilderness, in the plain country of the Reubenim, and Ramoth in Gilead of the Gadim, and Golan in Bashan of the Menashim. And this is the Torah which Moshe set before the children of Yashrael. These are their testimonies and the statutes and the judgments which Moshe spoke unto the children of Yashrael, after they came forth out of Mitzrayim. On this side of the Yarden, in the valley, over against Bet Peor, in the land of Sichon, king of the Amorim, who dwelt in Heshbon, whom Moshe and the children of Yashrael smote after they were come forth out of Mitzrayim. And they possessed his land in the land of Og, king of Bashan, 2 kings of the Amorim, which were on this side of the Yarden, toward the sun rising, from Aor, which is by the bank of the river Arnon, even unto Mount Zion, which is Hermon, and all the plain on this side of Yarden eastward, even unto the sea of the plain, under the springs of Pigah. Deuteronomy chapter 5. And Moshe called all Yashrael, and said unto them, Hear, O Yashrael, the commandments and the judgments which I speak in your ears this day, that you may learn them, guard them, and do them. Yahweh Eloheinu cut a covenant with us in Horeb. Yahweh cut not this covenant with our fathers, but with us, even us, who are all of us here alive this day. Yahweh talked with you face to face in the mount out of the midst of the fire. I stood between Yahweh and you at that time to show you the word of Yahweh, for you were afraid by reason of the fire, and went not up into the mount, saying, I am Yahweh Elohika, which brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim, from the house of bondage. You shall have no other Elohim before me. You shall not make you any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth. You shall not bow down yourself unto them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh Elohim, am a jealous El, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and guard my commandments. You shall not take the name of Yahweh Elohika in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that takes his name in vain. Guard the day of the Shabbath, to sanctify it, as Yahweh Elohika has commanded you. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. But the 7th day is the Shabbath of Yahweh Elohika. In it you shall not do any work, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your ox, nor your ass, nor any of your cattle, nor your stranger that is within your gates, that your manservant and your maidservant may rest as well as you. And remember that you were a servant in the land of Mitzrayim, and that Yahweh Elohika brought you out thence through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore Yahweh Elohika commanded you to observe the day of the Shabbath. Honor your father and your mother, as Yahweh Elohika has commanded you, that your days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with you in the land which Yahweh Elohika gives you. You shall not kill, neither shall you break wedlock, neither shall you steal, neither shall you bear false witness against your neighbor, neither shall you lust after your neighbor's woman, neither shall you lust after your neighbor's house, his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is your neighbor's. These words Yahweh spoke unto all your assembly in the mount out of the midst of the fire, of the cloud, and of the thick darkness, with a great voice. And he added no more. And he wrote them on 2 sapphire stones, and delivered them unto me. And it came to pass, when ye heard the voice out of the midst of the darkness, for the mountain did burn with fire, that ye came near unto me, even all the heads of your tribes and your elders. And ye said, Behold, Yahweh Eloheinu has showed us his glory and his greatness, and we have heard his voice out of the midst of the fire. We have seen this day that Elohim talks with man, and he lives. Now therefore, why should we die? For this great fire will consume us. If we hear the voice of Yahweh Eloheinu any more, then we shall die. For who is there of all flesh that has heard the voice of the living Elohim, speaking out of the midst of the fire, as we have and lived? Go near and hear all that Yahweh Eloheinu shall say, and speak you unto us all that Yahweh Eloheinu shall speak unto you, and we will hear it, and do it. And Yahweh heard the voice of your words, when you spoke unto me. And Yahweh said unto me, I have heard the voice of the words of this people, which they have spoken unto you. They have well said all that they have spoken. Oh, that there were such a heart in them, that they would fear me, and guard all my commandments, always, that it might be well with them, and with their children forever. Go say to them, Get you into your tents again. But as for you, stand here by me, and I will speak unto you all the commandments, and the statutes, and the judgments, which you shall teach them. They may do them in the land which I give them to possess it. You shall guard to do therefore as Yahweh Elohim has commanded you. You shall not turn aside to the right hand or to the left. You shall walk in all the ways which Yahweh Elohim has commanded you, that you may live, and that it may be well with you, and that you may prolong your days in the land which you shall possess. Deuteronomy chapter 6. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which Yahweh Elohim commanded to teach you, that you might do them in the land whither you go to possess it, that you might fear Yahweh Elohim, to guard all his statutes and his commandments, which I command you, you and your son's son, all the days of your life, and that your days may be prolonged. Hear therefore, O Yashrael, and guard to do it, that it may be well with you, and that you may increase mightily, as Yahweh Elohai of your fathers has promised you, in the land that flows with milk and honey. Hear, O Yashrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh is one. And you shall love Yahweh Elohika with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you this day shall be in your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them upon the posts of your house and on your gates. And it shall be when Yahweh Elohika shall have brought you into the land which he swore unto your fathers, to Abraham, to Yitzhak, and to Yaakov, to give you great and goodly cities which you built not, and houses full of all good things which you filled not, and wells dug which you dug not, vineyards and olive trees which you planted not. When you shall have eaten and been full, then beware lest you forget Yahweh, which brought you forth out of the land of Mitzrayim, from the house of bondage. You shall fear Yahweh Elohika, and serve him, and shall swear by his name. You shall not go after other Elohim, of the Elohim of the people which are round about you. For Yahweh Elohika is a jealous El among you, lest the anger of Yahweh Elohika be kindled against you and destroy you from off the face of the earth. Ye shall not tempt Yahweh Elohim as ye tempted him in Makkah. Ye shall diligently guard the commandments of Yahweh Elohim, and his testimonies, and his statutes, which he has commanded you. And ye shall do that which is right and good in the sight of Yahweh, that it may be well with you, and that ye may go in and possess the good land which Yahweh swore unto your fathers, to cast out all your enemies from before you, as Yahweh has spoken. And when your son asks you in times to come, saying, What mean the testimonies and the statutes and the judgments which Yahweh Elohim has commanded you? Then you shall say unto your son, We were Pharaoh's bondmen in Mitzrayim, and Yahweh brought us out of Mitzrayim with a mighty hand. And Yahweh showed signs and wonders, great and sore, upon Mitzrayim, upon Pharaoh, and upon all his household before our eyes. And he brought us out from thence, that he might bring us in, to give us the land which he swore unto our fathers. And Yahweh commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear Yahweh Eloheinu, for our good always, that he might preserve us alive, as it is this day. And it shall be our righteousness, if we guard to do all these commandments before Yahweh Eloheinu, as he has commanded us. Deuteronomy chapter 7. When Yahweh Elohim shall bring you into the land, whither you go to possess it, and has cast out many nations before you, the Hittim, and the Girgashim, and the Amorim, and the Canaan, and the Perizim, and the Hivim, and the Uvisim, 7 nations greater and mightier than you. And when Yahweh Elohim shall deliver them before you, you shall smite them, and utterly destroy them. You shall cut no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shall you make marriages with them. Your daughter you shall not give unto his son, nor his daughter shall you take unto your son. For they will turn away your sons from following me, that they may serve other Elohim. So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you, and destroy you suddenly. But thus shall you deal with them. You shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their Asherah poles, and burn their graven images with fire. For you are a holy people unto Yahweh Elohim. Yahweh Elohim has chosen you to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people. But because Yahweh loved you, and because he would guard the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, has Yahweh brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of the bondmen, from the land of Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim. Know therefore that Yahweh Elohim, he is Elohim, the faithful El, which guards his covenant and mercy with them that love him and guard his commandments to 1,000 generations. And repay them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hates him. He will repay him to his face. Ye shall therefore guard the commandments, and the statutes, and the judgments which I command you this day, to do them. Wherefore it shall come to pass, if ye hearken to these judgments, and guard and do them, the Yahweh Elohim shall guard unto you the covenant and the mercy which he swore unto your fathers. And he will love you, and bless you, and multiply you. He will also bless the fruit of your womb, and the fruit of your land, your grain, and your wine, and your oil, the increase of your kine, and the flocks of your sheep, in the land which he swore unto your fathers to give you. You shall be blessed above all people. There shall not be male or female barren among you, or among your cattle. And Yahweh will take away from you all sickness, and will put none of these evil diseases of Mitzrayim, which you know, upon you, but will lay them upon all them that hate you. And ye shall consume all the people which Yahweh Elohim shall deliver you. Your eye shall have no pity upon them, neither shall you serve their Elohim, for that will be a snare unto you. If you shall say in your heart, These nations are more than I, how can I dispossess them? Ye shall not be afraid of them. Ye shall will remember what Yahweh Elohim did unto Pharaoh and unto all Mitzrayim. The great temptations which your eyes saw, and the signs, and the wonders, and the mighty hand, and the stretched out arm, whereby Yahweh Elohim brought you out, so shall Yahweh Elohim do unto all the people of whom you are afraid. Moreover, Yahweh Elohim will send the hornet among them, until they that are left hide themselves from you, be destroyed. You shall not be frightened at them, for Yahweh Elohika is among you, a mighty El, and terrible. And Yahweh Elohika will put those nations before you by little and little. You may not consume them at once, lest the beasts of the field increase upon you. But Yahweh Elohika shall deliver them unto you, and shall destroy them with a mighty destruction, until they be destroyed. And he shall deliver their kings into your hand, and you shall destroy their name from under heaven. There shall no man be able to stand before you, until you have destroyed them. The graven images of their Elohim shall you burn with fire. You shall not desire the silver or gold that is on them, nor take it unto you, lest you be snared therein, for it is an abomination to Yahweh Elohika. Neither shall you bring an abomination into your house, lest you be a cursed thing like it. But you shall utterly detest it, and you shall utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing. Deuteronomy chapter 8. All the commandments which I command you this day shall ye guard to do, that ye may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which Yahweh swore unto your fathers. And you shall remember all the way which Yahweh Elohika led you these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble you, and to prove you, to know what was in your heart, whether you would guard his commandments or no. And he humbled you, and suffered you to hunger, and fed you with manna, which ye knew not. Neither did your fathers know, that he might make you known that man does not live by bread only, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yahweh man lives. Your raiment waxed not old upon you, neither did your foot swell these 40 years. You shall also consider in your heart that as a man chastens his son, so Yahweh Elohika chastens you. Therefore you shall guard the commandments of Yahweh Elohika, to walk in his ways, and to fear him. For Yahweh Elohika brings you into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and depths that spring out of the valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley and vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of oil, olive, and honey, a land wherein you shall eat bread without scarceness. You shall not lack anything in it, a land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills you may dig brass. When you have eaten and are full, then you shall bless Yahweh Elohika for the good land which he has given you. Beware that you forget not Yahweh Elohika in not guarding his commandments and his judgments and his statutes which I command you this day. Lest when you have eaten and are full, and have built goodly houses and dwelt therein, and when your herds and your flocks multiply, and your silver and your gold is multiplied, and all that you have is multiplied, then your heart be lifted up, and you forget Yahweh Elohika, which brought you forth out of the land of Mitzrayim from the house of bondage, who led you through the great and terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and drought, where there was no water, who brought you forth water out of the rock of flint, who fed you in the wilderness with manna, which your fathers knew not, that he might humble you, that he might prove you to do good at your latter end. And you say in your heart, my power and the might of my hand has gotten me this wealth. But you shall remember Yahweh Elohika, for it is he that gives you power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant which he swore unto your fathers as it is this day. And it shall be, if you do at all forget Yahweh Elohika, and walk after other Elohim, and serve them, and worship them, I testify against you this day that you shall surely perish. As the nations which Yahweh destroys before your face, so shall you perish, because you would not be obedient unto the voice of Yahweh Elohika. Deuteronomy chapter 9. Hear, O Yashrael, you are to pass over the Yarden this day, to go in to possess nations greater and mightier than yourself, cities great and fenced up to heaven, a people great and tall, the children of the Anakim, whom you know, and of whom you have heard say, who can stand before the children of Anak? Understand therefore this day, that Yahweh Elohika is he which goes over before you. As a consuming fire he shall destroy them, and he shall bring them down before your face. So shall you drive them out and destroy them quickly, as Yahweh said unto you. Speak not in your heart, after that Yahweh Elohika has cast them out from before you, saying, for my righteousness Yahweh has brought me in to possess the land, but for the wickedness of these nations Yahweh drives them out before you. Not for your righteousness, or for the uprightness of your heart, you go in to possess their land, but for the wickedness of these nations Yahweh Elohika drives them out from before you. and that he may perform the word which Yahweh swore unto your fathers, Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. Understand therefore that Yahweh Elohika gives you not this good land to possess it, for your righteousness, for you are a stiff-necked people. Remember and forget not how you provoked Yahweh Elohika to wrath in the wilderness, from the day that you did depart out of the land of Mitzrayim, until you came unto this place. You have been rebellious against Yahweh. Also in Horeb you provoked Yahweh to wrath, so that Yahweh was angry with you to have destroyed you. When I was gone up into the mount to receive the sapphire stones, even the sapphires of the covenant which Yahweh cut with you, then I abode in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. I neither did eat bread nor drink water. And Yahweh delivered unto me 2 sapphire stones written with the finger of Elohim, and on them was written according to all the words which Yahweh spoke with you in the mount out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days and 40 nights that Yahweh gave me the 2 sapphire stones, even the sapphires of the covenant. And Yahweh said unto me, Arise, get you down quickly from hence, for your people which you have brought forth out of Mitzrayim have corrupted themselves. They are quickly turned aside out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten image. Furthermore, Yahweh spoke unto me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Let me alone, that I may destroy them, and blot out their name from under heaven, and I will make of your nation a mightier and greater than they. So I turned and came down from the mount, and the mount burned with fire, and the 2 sapphires of the covenant were in my 2 hands. And I looked, and behold, ye had sinned against Yahweh Elohim, and had made you a molten calf. Ye had turned aside quickly out of the way which Yahweh had commanded you, and took the 2 sapphires, and cast them out of my 2 hands, and broke them before your eyes. And I fell down before Yahweh, as at the first 40 days and 40 nights. I did neither eat bread nor drink water, because of all your sins which ye sinned, in doing wickedly in the sight of Yahweh, to provoke him to anger. For I was afraid of the anger and hot displeasure wherewith Yahweh was wroth against you to destroy you. But Yahweh hearkened unto me at that time also. And Yahweh was very angry with Aaron to have destroyed him, and I prayed for Aaron also the same time. And I took your sin, the calf of which ye had made, and burnt it with fire, and stamped it, and ground it very small, even until it was as small as dust. And I cast the dust thereof into the brook that descended out of the mount. And at Tavarah, and at Makkah, and at Keverat Ha-Ta'avah, ye provoked Yahweh to wrath. Likewise, when Yahweh sent you from Kadesh Barnea, saying, Go up and possess the land which I have given you, then you rebelled against the commandment of Yahweh Elohim, and ye believed him not, nor hearkened to his voice. You have been rebellious against Yahweh from the day I knew you. Thus I fell down before Yahweh 40 days and 40 nights, as I fell down at first, because Yahweh had said he would destroy you. I prayed therefore unto Yahweh, and said, O Adonai, Yahweh, destroy not your people and your inheritance, which ye have redeemed through your greatness, which ye have brought forth out of Mitzrayim with a mighty hand. Remember your servants Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. Look not unto the stubbornness of this people, lest the land whence ye brought us out say, Because Yahweh was not able to bring them into the land which he promised them, and because he hated them, he brought them out to slay them in the wilderness. Yet they are your people and your inheritance, which you brought out by your mighty power and by your stretched out arm. Deuteronomy chapter 10. At that time Yahweh said unto me, Hew you 2 sapphire stones like unto the first, and come up unto me into the mount, and make ye an ark of wood. And I will write on the sapphires the words that were in the first tables which you broke. Ye shall put them in the ark. And I made an ark of shittim wood, and hewed 2 sapphire stones like unto the first, went up into the mount, having the 2 sapphires in my hand. And he wrote on the sapphires, according to the first writing, the 10 devarim, which Yahweh spoke unto you in the mount out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. And Yahweh gave them unto me. And I turned myself and came down from the mount, and put the sapphires in the ark which I had made, and there they be, as Yahweh commanded me. And the children of Yashrael took their journey from Be'eroth Bene Yakin to Moserah. There Aaron died, and there he was buried. and Eleazar his son ministered in the priest office in his stead. From thence they journeyed unto Gudgoda, and from Gudgoda to Yotbatha, a land of rivers of waters. At that time Yahweh separated the tribe of Levi to bear the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, to stand before Yahweh, to minister unto him, and to bless his name unto this day. Wherefore Levi has no part, nor inheritance with his brethren. Yahweh is his inheritance, according as Yahweh Elohika promised him. And I stayed in the mount according to the first time 40 days and 40 nights. And Yahweh hearkened unto me at that time also, and Yahweh would not destroy you. And Yahweh said unto me, Arise, take your journey before the people, that they may go in and possess the land, which I swore unto their fathers to give unto them. And now, Yashrael, what does Yahweh Elohika require of you, but to fear Yahweh Elohika, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve Yahweh Elohika with all your heart and with all your soul, to guard the commandments of Yahweh and his statutes, which I command you this day for your good? Behold, the heavens and the heaven of heavens belong to Yahweh Elohika, the earth also with all that therein is. Only Yahweh had a delight in your fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked. For Yahweh Elohim is Elohai ha Elohim, and Adonai ha Adonim, a great El, a mighty and a terrible, which regards not persons nor takes reward. He executes the judgment of the fatherless and the widow, and loves the stranger, and giving him food and raiment. Love you therefore the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Mitzrayim. You shall fear Yahweh Elohika, him shall you serve, and to him shall you cleave, and swear by his name. He is your praise, and he is your Elohim, that has done for you these great and terrible things which your eyes have seen. Your fathers went down into Mitzrayim with 70 persons, and now Yahweh Elohika has made you as the stars of heaven for multitude. Deuteronomy chapter 11. Therefore you shall love Yahweh Elohika, and guard his watch, and his statutes, and his judgments, and his commandments, always. And know ye this day, for I speak not with your children which have not known, which have not seen the chastisement of Yahweh Elohim, his greatness, his mighty hand, and his stretched out arm, and his miracles, and his acts, which he did in the midst of Mitzrayim, unto Pharaoh the king of Mitzrayim, and unto all his land. And what he did unto the army of Mitzrayim, unto their horses, and to their chariots, how he made the water of the Red Sea to overflow them as they pursued after you, and how Yahweh has destroyed them unto this day. And what he did unto you in the wilderness, until you came into this place, and what he did unto Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, the son of Reuben, how the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their households, and their tents, all their substance that was in their possession in the midst of Yashrael. But your eyes have seen all the great acts of Yahweh which he did. Therefore shall ye guard all the commandments which I command you this day, that ye may be strong and go in and possess the land, whither ye go to possess it, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which Yahweh swore unto your fathers to give unto them and to your seed, a land that flows with milk and honey. For the land whither you go in to possess it is not as the land of Mitzrayim, from whence you came out, where you sowed your seed and watered it with your foot as a garden of herbs. But the land wherein you go in to possess it is a land of hills and valleys, and drinks water of the rain of heaven, a land which Yahweh Elohika cares for. The eyes of Yahweh Elohika are always upon it, from the beginning of the year even unto the end of the year. And it shall come to pass, if you shall hearken diligently unto my commandments, which I command you this day, to love Yahweh Elohim, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, that I will give you the rain of your land in his due season, the first rain and the latter rain, that you may gather in your grain and your wine and your oil. And I will send grass in the fields for your cattle, that you may eat and be full. Guard yourselves that your heart be not deceived, and you turn aside and serve other Elohim and worship them. And when Yahweh's wrath be kindled against you, and he shut up the heavens, and there be no rain, and that the land yield not her fruit, unless you perish quickly from off the good land which Yahweh gives you, therefore shall you lay up these words in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be as frontlets between your eyes. And you shall teach them to your children, speaking of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. And you shall write them upon the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, that your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children in the land which Yahweh swore unto your fathers to give them, as the days of heaven upon the earth. For if you shall diligently guard these commandments which I command you to do them, to love Yahweh Elohim, to walk in all his ways, and to cleave unto him, then will Yahweh drive out all these nations from before you, and you shall possess greater nations and mightier than yourselves. Every place whereon the soles of your feet shall tread shall be yours. From the wilderness of Lebanon, from the river Parath, even to the uttermost sea shall your coast be. There shall no man be able to stand before you. For Yahweh Elohim shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye shall tread upon, as he has said unto you. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if you obey the commandments of Yahweh Elohim, which I command you this day, and a curse if you will not obey the commandments of Yahweh Elohim, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day, to go after other Elohim which you have not known. And it shall come to pass, when Yahweh Elohim has brought you in unto the land whither you go to possess it, that you shall put the blessing upon Mount Gerizim, and the curse upon Mount Ebal. Are they not on the other side of the Jordan, by the way where the sun goes down, in the land of the Canaanim, which dwell in the plain over against Gilgal, beside the plains of Moreh? For ye shall pass over the Jordan, to go and to possess the land which Yahweh Elohim gives you, and ye shall possess it, and dwell therein. Ye shall guard to do all the commandments and judgments which I set before you this day. Deuteronomy 12. These are the commandments and judgments which ye shall guard to do in the land which Yahweh Elohim of your fathers gives you to possess it, all the days that ye live upon the earth. Ye shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nations which ye shall possess serve their Elohim, upon the high mountains and upon the hills and under every green tree. Ye shall overflow their altars and break their pillars and burn their Asherah poles with fire. And ye shall hew down graven images of their Elohim, and destroy the names of them out of the place. And ye shall not do so unto Yahweh Elohim, but unto the place which Yahweh Elohim shall choose out of all your tribes to put his name, there, even unto his habitation, shall ye seek, and thither you shall come. And thither ye shall bring your burnt offerings, and your sacrifices, and your tithes, and heave offerings of your hand, and your vows, and your freewill offerings, and the firstlings of your herds and of your flocks. And there ye shall eat before Yahweh Elohim, and ye shall rejoice in all that ye put your hand unto, and all your households wherein Yahweh Elohim has blessed you. Ye shall not do after all these things that we do here this day, every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes. For ye are not as yet come to the rest and to the inheritance which Yahweh Elohim gives you. But when ye go over the Jordan, and dwell in the land which Yahweh Elohim gives you to inherit, and when he gives you the rest from all your enemies round about, so that you dwell in safety, then there shall be a place which Yahweh Elohim shall choose to cause his name to dwell there. Thither shall you bring all that I command you, your burnt offerings and your sacrifices, your tithes and the heave offering of your hand, and all your choice vows which you vow unto Yahweh. And ye shall rejoice before Yahweh Elohim, ye and your sons and your daughters, and your men servants and your maid servants, and the Levi that is within your gates, for as much as he has no part nor inheritance with you. Guard yourselves, that you offer not your burnt offerings in every place that you see, but in the place which Yahweh shall choose in one of your tribes. There ye shall offer your burnt offerings, and there ye shall do all that I command you. Notwithstanding, you may kill and eat flesh in all your gates, whatsoever your soul lusts after, according to the blessing of Yahweh Elohim, which he has given you. The unclean and the clean may eat thereof, as of the roebuck and as of the deer. Only ye shall not eat the blood, ye shall pour it out upon the earth as water. You may not eat within your gates the tithe of your grain, or of your wine, or of your oil, or the firstlings of your herds, or of your flock, nor any of your vows which you vow, nor your freewill offerings, or the heave offering of your hand. But you must eat them before Yahweh Elohim, in the place which Yahweh Elohim shall choose, you and your son, and your daughter, and your men servant, and your maidservant, and the Levi that is within your gates, and you shall rejoice before Yahweh Elohim in all that you put your hands unto. Guard yourself, that you forsake not the Levi, as long as you live upon the earth. When Yahweh Elohika shall enlarge your border, as he has promised you, and you shall say, I will eat flesh, because your soul longs to eat flesh, you may eat flesh, whatsoever your soul lusts after. If the place which Yahweh Elohika has chosen to put his name there be too far from you, then you shall kill of your herd and any of your flock which Yahweh has given you, as I have commanded you, and you shall eat in your gates whatsoever your soul lusts after. Even the roebuck and the deer is eaten, and so you shall eat them. The unclean and the clean shall eat of them alike. Only be sure that you eat not the blood, for the blood is the life, and you may not eat the life with the flesh. You shall not eat it. You shall pour it upon the earth as water. You shall not eat it, that it may go well with you and with your children after you, and you shall do that which is right in the sight of Yahweh. Only your holy things which you have in your vows you shall take, and go unto the place which Yahweh shall choose. And you shall offer your burnt offerings, the flesh and the blood, upon the altar of Yahweh Elohika, and the blood of your sacrifices shall be poured out upon the altar of Yahweh Elohika, and you shall eat the flesh. Guard and hear all these words which I command you, that it might go well with you and with your children after you forever, when you do that which is good and right in the sight of Yahweh Elohika. When Yahweh Elohika shall cut off the nations from before you, whether you go to possess them, and you succeed them, and dwell in their land, take heed to yourself that you be not snared by following them, after that they be destroyed from before you, and that you inquire after their Elohim, saying, how did these nations serve their Elohim? Even so will I do likewise. Ye shall not do so unto Yahweh Elohika, for every abomination to Yahweh which he hates have they done unto their Elohim. For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their Elohim. What thing soever I command you, guard to do it. You shall not add thereto, nor diminish from it. Deuteronomy chapter 13. If there arise among you a prophet, or a dreamer of dreams, and gives you a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come to pass, whereof he spoke unto you, saying, let us go after other Elohim, which you have not known, and let us serve them. You shall not hearken unto the words of that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams. For Yahweh Elohim proves you to know whether you love Yahweh Elohim with all your heart and with all your soul. You shall walk after Yahweh Elohim, and fear him, and guard his commandments, and obey his voice, and ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. And that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams, shall be put to death, because he has spoken to turn you away from Yahweh Elohim, which brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust you out of the way which Yahweh Elohim commanded you to walk in. So shall you put the evil away from the midst of you. If your brother, the son of your mother, or your son, or your daughter, or the woman of your bosom, or your friend, which is as your own soul, entice you secretly, saying, let us go and serve other Elohim, which you have not known, you nor your fathers, namely of the Elohim of the people which are round about you, nigh unto you, or far off from you, from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. You shall not consent unto them, nor hearken unto them, neither shall your eye pity them, neither shall you spare, neither shall you conceal him. But you shall surely kill him, your hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people. And you shall stone him with stones that he die, because he has sought to thrust you away from Yahweh Elohim, which brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim from the house of bondage. And all Yashrael shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you. If you shall hear, say it in one of your cities which Yahweh Elohim has given you to dwell there, saying, certain men, the children of Belial, are gone out from among you, and have withdrawn the inhabitants of their city, saying, let us go and serve other Elohim, which you have not known. Then shall you inquire and make search, and ask diligently, and behold, if it be true and the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought among you, you shall surely smite the inhabitants of that city with the edge of the sword, destroying it utterly, and all that is therein, and the cattle thereof with the edge of the sword. And ye shall gather all the spoil of it in the midst of the street thereof, and shall burn it with fire, the city and the spoil thereof, every whit, for Yahweh Elohim, and it shall be a heap forever, it shall not be built again. And there shall cleave not the cursed thing to your hand. The Yahweh may turn away from the fierceness of his anger, and show you mercy, and have compassion upon you, and multiply you, as he has sworn unto your fathers. When you shall hearken to the voice of Yahweh Elohim, to guard all his commandments which I command you this day, to do that which is right in the eyes of Yahweh Elohim. Deuteronomy chapter 14. Ye are the children of Yahweh Elohim. Ye shall not cut yourselves, nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead, for you are a holy people unto Yahweh Elohim. And Yahweh has chosen you to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all nations that are upon the earth. Ye shall not eat any abominable thing. These are the beasts which ye shall eat: the ox, the sheep, and the goat, the deer, and the roebuck, and the fallow deer, and the wild goat, and the pygarg, and the wild ox, and the chamois, and every beast that parts the hoof, and cleaves the cleft into two claws, and chews the cud among beasts, that ye shall eat. Nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof, as the camel, and the hare, and the coney, for they chew the cud, but divide not the hoof. Therefore they are unclean unto you. And the swine, because it divides the hoof, yet chews not the cud, it is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass. These ye shall eat of all that are in the waters. All that have fins and scales shall ye eat, and whatsoever has not fins and scales ye may not eat. It is unclean unto you. Of all clean birds ye shall eat, but these are they of which ye shall not eat: the eagle, and the ossifrage, and the osprey, and the glede, and the kite, and the vulture after his kind, and every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after his kind, the little owl, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gier eagle, and the cormorant, and the stork, and the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat. And every creeping thing that flies is unclean unto you, they shall not be eaten. But of all clean fowls you may eat. You shall not eat of anything that dies of itself. You shall give it unto the stranger that is in your gates, that he may eat it. Or you may sell it unto an alien, for you are a holy people unto Yahweh Elohika. You shall not see the kid in her mother's milk. You shall truly tithe all the increase of your seed that the field brings forth year by year. And you shall eat before Yahweh Elohika in the place which ye shall choose to place his name there, the tithe of your grain, of your wine, and of your oil, and the firstling of your herds and of your flocks, that you may learn to fear Yahweh Elohika always. And if the way be too long for you, so that you are not able to carry it, or if the place be too far from you, which Yahweh Elohika shall choose to set his name there, when Yahweh Elohika has blessed you, then shall you turn it into money, and bind up the money in your hand, and shall go unto the place which Yahweh Elohika shall choose. And you shall bestow that money for whatsoever your soul lusts after, for oxen, or for sheep, or for wine, or for strong drink, or for whatsoever your soul desires. And you shall eat there before Yahweh Elohika, and you shall rejoice, you and your household. And the Levi that is within your gates, you shall not forsake him, for he has no part nor inheritance with you. At the end of 3 years ye shall bring forth all the tithe of your increase the same year, and shall lay it up within your gates. And the Levi, because he has no part nor inheritance with you, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, which are within your gates, shall come and shall eat and be satisfied, that Yahweh Elohika may bless you in all the work of your hand which you do. Deuteronomy chapter 15. At the end of every 7 years you shall make a release, and this is the manner of the release. Every creditor that lends aught out unto his neighbor shall release it. He shall not exact it his neighbor or his brother, because it is called Yahweh's release. Of a foreigner you may exact it again, but that which is yours with your brother your hand shall release, save when there shall be no poor among you, for Yahweh shall greatly bless you in the land which Yahweh Elohika gives you for an inheritance to possess it. Only if you carefully hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Elohika to guard to do all these commandments which I command you this day. For Yahweh Elohika blesses you, as he promised you, and you shall lend unto many nations, but you shall not borrow. And you shall reign over many nations, but they shall not reign over you. If there be among you a poor man of one of your brethren within any of your gates, in your land which Yahweh Elohika gives you, you shall not harden your heart, nor shut your hand from your poor brother. But you shall open your hand wide unto him, and shall surely lend him sufficient for his need, in which he wants. Beware that there be not a thought in your wicked heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and your eye be evil against your poor brother, and you give him not, and he cry unto Yahweh against you, and it be sin unto you. You shall surely give him, and your heart shall not be grieved when you give unto him, because that first thing Yahweh Elohim shall bless you in all your works and in all that you put your hand unto. For the poor shall never cease out of the land. Therefore I command you, saying, you shall open your hand wide unto your brother, to your poor, and to your needy in your land. And if your brother, an Ephraim man or an Ephraim woman, be sold unto you, and serve you 6 years, then is the 7th year you shall let him go free from you. And when you send him out free from you, you shall not let him go away empty. You shall furnish him liberally out of your flock, and out of your floor, and out of your winepress, of that wherewith Yahweh Elohim has blessed you. You shall give unto him. And you shall remember that you were a bondman in the land of Mitzrayim, and Yahweh Elohim redeemed you. Therefore I command you this thing today. And it shall be, if he say unto you, I will not go away from you, because he loves you in your house, because he is well with you, then you shall take an awl, and thrust it through his ear unto the door, and he shall be your servant forever. And also unto your maidservant you shall do likewise. It shall not seem hard unto you when you send him away free from you, for he has been worth a double hired servant to you, in serving you 6 years. And Yahweh Elohim shall bless you in all that you do. All the firstling males that come of your herd and of your flock you shall sanctify unto Yahweh Elohim. You shall do no work with the firstling of your bullock, nor shear the firstling of your sheep. You shall eat it before Yahweh Elohim year by year in the place which Yahweh shall choose, you and your household. And if there be any blemish therein, as if it be lame or blind, or have any ill blemish, you shall not sacrifice it unto Yahweh Elohim. You shall eat it within your gates. The unclean and the clean person shall eat it alike, as the roebuck, as the deer. Only you shall not eat the blood thereof. You shall pour it out upon the ground as water. Deuteronomy chapter 16. Guard the month of Aviv, and keep the Pesach unto Yahweh Elohim. For in the month of Aviv, Yahweh Elohim brought you forth out of Mitzrayim by night. You shall therefore sacrifice the Pesach unto Yahweh Elohim, of the flock and the herd, in the place which Yahweh shall choose to place his name there. You shall eat no hamatz with it. 7 days you shall eat matzah therewith, even the bread of affliction. For you come forth out of the land of Mitzrayim in haste, that you may remember the day when you came forth out of the land of Mitzrayim all the days of your life. And there shall be no hamatz seen with you in all your coasts 7 days, neither shall there anything of flesh which you sacrificed the first day at evening remain all night until the morning. You may not sacrifice the Pesach within any of your gates, which Yahweh Elohim gives you. But at the place which Yahweh Elohim shall choose to place his name in, there you shall sacrifice the Pesach at evening, at the going down of the sun, at the season that you come forth out of Mitzrayim. And you shall roast and eat it in the place which Yahweh Elohim shall choose. You shall turn in the morning and go in unto your tents. 6 days you shall eat matzah, and on the 7th day shall be a solemn assembly to Yahweh Elohim. You shall do no work therein. 7 weeks shall you number unto you. Begin to number 7 weeks from such a time as you begin, put the sickle to the grain. And you shall keep the feast of Shavuoth unto Yahweh Elohim with the tribute of freewill offering of your hand, which you shall give unto Yahweh Elohim, according as Yahweh Elohim has blessed you. And you shall rejoice before Yahweh Elohim, you and your son and your daughter, and your manservant and your maidservant, and the Levi that is within your gates, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow that are among you, in the place which Yahweh Elohim has chosen to place his name there. And you shall remember that you were a bondman in Mitzrayim, and you shall guard and do these statutes. You shall observe the feast of Sukkoth 7 days after you have gathered in your threshing floor and your wine. And you shall rejoice in your feast, you and your son and your daughter, and your manservant and your maidservant, and the Levi, the stranger and the fatherless, and the widow that are within your gates. 7 days shall you keep a solemn feast unto Yahweh Elohim in the place which Yahweh shall choose, because Yahweh Elohim shall bless you in all your increase and in all the works of your hands. Therefore you shall surely rejoice. 3 times in a year shall all your males appear before Yahweh Elohim in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of Matzah, and in the feast of Shavuoth, in the feast of Sukkoth, and they shall not appear before Yahweh empty. Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of Yahweh Elohim which he has given you. Judges and officers shall make you in all your gates, which Yahweh Elohim gives you, throughout your tribes, and they shall judge the people with just judgment. You shall not wrest judgment, you shall not respect persons, neither take a gift, for a gift blinds the eyes of the wise, and perverts the words of the righteous. That which is altogether just shall you follow, that you may live and inherit the land which Yahweh Elohim gives you. You shall not plant an Asherah pole of any trees near unto the altar of Yahweh Elohim, which you shall make. Neither shall you set up any image which Yahweh Elohim hates. Deuteronomy chapter 17. You shall not sacrifice unto Yahweh Elohim any bullock or sheep wherein is blemish or any evil favoredness, for that is an abomination unto Yahweh Elohim. If there be found among you within any of your gates which Yahweh Elohim gives you, man or woman, that has wrought wickedness in the sight of Yahweh Elohim, and transgressing his covenant, and has gone and served other Elohim, and worshipped them, either the sun or moon, or any of the host of heaven which I have not commanded, and it be told you, and you have heard of it, and inquire diligently, and behold, it be true, and the thing certain that such abomination is wrought in Yashrael, then shall you bring forth the man or that woman which have committed that wicked thing unto your gates, even that man or that woman, and shall stone them with stones till they die. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death, but at the mouth of 1 witness he shall not be put to death. The hands of the witness shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterward the hands of all the people, so you shall put the evil away from among you. If there arise a matter too hard for you in judgment between the blood and blood, between plea and plea, and between stroke and stroke, being matters of controversy within your gates, then you shall arise and get you up into the place which Yahweh Elohim shall choose, and you shall come unto the priest, the Levim, and unto the judge that shall be in those days, and inquire, and they shall show you the sentence of judgment. And you shall do according to that sentence which they of that place which Yahweh shall choose shall show you, and you shall guard to do according to all that they inform you, according to the sentence of the Torah which they shall teach you, and according to the judgment which they shall tell you, you shall do. You shall not decline from the sentence which they shall show you, to the right hand nor to the left. And the man that will do presumptuously, and will not hearken unto the priest that stands to minister there before Yahweh Elohim, or unto the judge, even that man shall die, and ye shall put away the evil from Yashrael. And all the people shall hear and fear, and do no more presumptuously, when you are coming unto the land which Yahweh Elohim gives you, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. You shall in any wise set him king over you, whom Yahweh Elohim shall choose. One from among your brethren shall you set king over you. You may not set a stranger over you, which is not your brother. But he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Mitzrayim, to the end that he would multiply horses. For as much as Yahweh said unto you, ye shall henceforth return no more that way. Neither shall he multiply women to himself, that his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold. And it shall be, when he sits upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of the Torah in a zephyr, out of that which is before the priest, the Levim. And it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear Yahweh Elohim, to guard all the words of this Torah and these statutes to do them, that his heart be not lifted up above his brethren, and that he turn not aside from the commandment to the right hand or to the left, to the end that he may prolong his days in his kingdom, he and his children in the midst of Yashrael. Deuteronomy 18. The priests, the Levim, and all the tribe of Levi shall have no part nor inheritance with Yashrael. They shall eat the offerings of Yahweh made by fire, and his inheritance. Therefore is that they shall have no inheritance among their brethren. Yahweh is their inheritance, as he has said unto them. And this shall be the priest's due from the people, from them that offer a sacrifice, whether it be ox or sheep. And they shall give unto the priest the shoulder and the 2 cheeks and the maw. The first fruit also of your grain, of your wine, and of your oil, and the first of the fleece of your sheep shall you give him. For Yahweh Elohim has chosen him out of all your tribes to stand to minister in the name of Yahweh, him and his sons forever. And if a Levi come from any of your gates out of all Yashrael where he sojourned,
and come with all the desire of his mind unto the place which Yahweh shall choose. Then he shall minister in the name of Yahweh Eloheinu, as all his brethren the Levim do, which stand there before Yahweh. They shall have like portions to eat, beside that which comes of the sale of his patrimony. When you are come into the land which Yahweh Elohika gives you, you shall not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you anyone that makes his son or daughter to pass through the fire, or that uses divination, or one that practices sorcery, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto Yahweh. And because of these abominations, Yahweh Elohika drives them out from before you. Ye shall be perfect with Yahweh Elohika, for these nations which shall possess hearkened unto sorcerers and unto diviners, but as for you, Yahweh Elohika has not suffered you so to do. Yahweh Elohika will raise up unto you a prophet from the midst of you, of your brethren, like unto me. Unto him ye shall hearken, according to all that you desired of Yahweh Elohika in Horeb, in the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not hear again the voice of Yahweh Elohai, neither let me see this great fire any more, that I die not. And Yahweh said unto me, They have well spoken that which they have spoken. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto you, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other Elohim, even that prophet shall die. And if you say in your heart, How shall we know the word which Yahweh has not spoken? When a prophet speaks in the name of Yahweh, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which Yahweh has not spoken, but the prophet has spoken it presumptuously, you shall not be afraid of him. Deuteronomy 19. When Yahweh Elohika has cut off the nations whose land Yahweh Elohika gives you, and you succeed them and dwell in their cities and in their houses, you shall separate 3 cities for you in the midst of your land, which Yahweh Elohika gives you to possess it. You shall prepare a way and divide the coast of your land, which Yahweh Elohika gives you to inherit in 3 parts, that every slayer may flee thither. And this is the case of the slayer which shall flee thither, that he may live. Whoso kills his neighbor ignorantly, whom he hated not in times past, as when a man goes into the wood with his neighbor to hew wood, and his hand fetches a stroke with the axe to cut down the tree, and the head slips from the helve, and lights upon his neighbor, that he die, he shall flee unto one of those cities and live. Lest the avenger of blood pursue the slayer, while his heart is hot, and overtake him, because the way is long, and slay him, whereas he was not worthy of death, inasmuch as he hated him not in time past. Wherefore I command you, saying, You shall not separate 3 cities for you. And if Yahweh Elohika enlarge your coast, as he has sworn unto your fathers, and give you all the land which he promised to give unto your fathers, if you shall guard all these commandments to do them which I command you this day, to love Yahweh Elohika, and to walk ever in his ways, then you shall add 3 cities more for you beside these 3. That innocent blood be not shed in your land, which Yahweh Elohika gives you for an inheritance, so blood be upon you. But if any man hates his neighbor, and lie in wait for him, and rise up against him, and smite him mortally that he die, and flees into one of these cities, then the elder of his city shall send and fetch him thence there, and deliver him into the hand of the avenger of blood, that he may die. Your eye shall not pity him, but ye shall put away the guilt of innocent blood from Yashrael, that it may go well with you. You shall not remove your neighbor's landmark, which they of old time have set in your inheritance, which you shall inherit in the land that Yahweh Elohika gives you to possess it. One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or for any sin. And any sin that he sins at the mouth of 2 witnesses or at the mouth of 3 witnesses shall the matter be established. If a false witness rise up against any man to testify against him that which is wrong, then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before Yahweh, before the priest and the judges, which shall be in those days. And the judges shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, if the witness be a false witness, and has testified falsely against his brother, then shall you do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. So shall you put the evil away from among you, and those which remain shall hear and fear, and shall henceforth commit no more any such evil among you. And your eye shall not pity, but life shall go for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. Deuteronomy chapter 20. When you go out to battle against your enemies, and see horses and chariots, and a people more than you, be not afraid of them, for Yahweh Elohika is with you, which brought you up out of the land of Mitzrayim. And it shall be when you are come nigh unto the battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Yashrael, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them. For Yahweh Elohim is he that goes with you, to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying, What man is there that has built a new house, and has not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it. And what man is he that has planted a vineyard, and has not eaten of it? Let him also go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man eat of it. And what man is there that has betrothed a woman, and has not taken her? Let him go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man take her. And the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, What man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart. And it shall be, when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people, that they shall make captains of the armies to lead the people. When you come nigh unto a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it. And it shall be, if it make you an answer of peace and open unto you, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto you, and they shall serve you. And if it will make no peace with you, but will make war against you, then ye shall besiege it. And when Yahweh Elohika has delivered it into your hands, ye shall smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword. But the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shall ye take unto yourself. And ye shall eat the spoil of your enemies, which Yahweh Elohika has given you. Thus shall you do unto all the cities which are very far off from you, which are not of the cities of these nations, but of the cities of these people, which Yahweh Elohika gives you for an inheritance. Ye shall save alive nothing that breathes, but ye shall utterly destroy them, namely the Hittim, and the Amorim, the Canaanim, and the Perizim, the Hivim, and the Uvasim, as Yahweh Elohika has commanded you, that they teach you not to do after all their abominations, which they have done unto their Elohim. So should ye sin against Yahweh Elohim. When ye shall besiege a city a long time, and making war against it, to take it, ye shall not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them, for you may eat of them, and ye shall not cut them down. For the tree of the field is man's life, to employ them in the siege. Only the trees which ye know that be not trees for meat, ye shall destroy and cut them down. And ye shall build bulwarks against the city that make war with you until it be subdued. Deuteronomy chapter 21. If one be found slain in the land which Yahweh Elohika gives you to possess it, lying in the field, and it be not known who slain him, then your elders and your judges shall come forth, and they shall measure unto the cities which are round about him that is slain. And it shall be that the city which is next unto the slain man, even the elders of the city, shall take a heifer, which has not been wrought with, and which has not drawn in the yoke. And the elders of that city shall bring down the heifer unto a rough valley, which is neither eared nor sown, and shall strike off the heifer's neck there in the valley. And the priests, the sons of Levi, shall come near, for them Yahweh Elohika has chosen to minister unto him, and to bless in the name of Yahweh. And by their word shall every controversy and every stroke be tried. And all the elders of that city that are next unto the slain man shall wash their hands over the heifer that is beheaded in the valley. And they shall answer and say, Our hands have not shed this blood, neither have our eyes seen it. Be merciful, O Yahweh, unto your people, Yashrael, whom you have redeemed, and lay not innocent blood unto your people of Yashrael's charge. And the blood shall be forgiven them. So shall you put away the guilt of innocent blood from among you, when you shall do that which is right in the sight of Yahweh. When you go forth to war against your enemies, and Yahweh Elohika has delivered them into your hands, and you have taken them captive, and see among them captives a beautiful woman, and have a desire unto her, that you would have her to be your woman, then you shall bring her home to your house, and she shall shave her head, and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in your house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month, After that ye shall go in unto her, and be her man, and she shall be your woman. And it shall be, if you have no delight in her, then you shall let her go whither she will. But you shall not sell her at all for money. You shall not make merchandise of her, because you have humbled her. If a man have two women, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be, when he makes his sons to inherit that which he has, that he not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn, by giving him a double portion of all that he has, for he is the beginning of his strength, the right of the firstborn is his. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father, or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, he will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, and bring him out unto the elders of the city, and unto the gate of this place. And they shall say unto the elders of the city, This is our son, is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shall you put evil away from among you, and Yashrael shall hear and fear. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be put to death, and you hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but you shall in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of Elohim, that your land be not defiled, which Yahweh Elohim gives you for an inheritance. Deuteronomy chapter 22. You shall not see your brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide yourself from them. You shall in any case bring them again unto your brother. And if your brother be not nigh unto you, or if you know him not, then you shall bring it unto your own house, and it shall be with you until your brothers seek after it, and you shall restore it to him again. In like manner shall you do with his ass, and so shall you do with his raiment, and with all lost thing of your brothers which he has lost, and you have found, shall you do likewise. You may not hide yourself. You shall not see your brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide yourself from them. You shall surely help him to lift them up again. The woman shall not wear that which pertains unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto Yahweh Elohim. If a bird's nest chance to be before you in the way in any tree, or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, you shall not take the dam with the young. But you shall in any wise let the dam go, and take the young to you, that it may be well with you, and you may prolong your days. When you build a new house, then you shall make a battlement for your roof, that you bring not blood upon your house if any man fall from thence. You shall not sow your vineyard with diverse seeds, lest the fruit of your seed which you have sown and the fruit of your vineyard be defiled. You shall not plow with an ox and an ass together. You shall not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together. You shall make fringes upon the four quarters of your vesture, wherewith you cover yourself. If any man take a woman and go in unto her, and hate her, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid, then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to be his woman, and he hates her. And lo, he has given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not your daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city, and the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him. And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he has brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Yashrael. And she shall be his woman, he may not put her away all his days. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she die, because she has wrought folly in Yashrael to play the whore in her father's house. So shall you put evil away from among you. If a man be found lying with a woman married to a man, that they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shall you put evil away from Yashrael. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a man, and a man found her in the city, and lie with her, then you shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and you shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man because he has humbled his neighbor's woman. So shall you put away evil from among you. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her, and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel you shall do nothing. There is the damsel no sin of worthy of death. For as when a man rises against his neighbor and slays him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his woman, because he has humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. A man shall not take his father's woman, nor discover his father's skirt. Deuteronomy chapter 23. He that is wounded in the stones, or has his privy member cut off, shall not enter into the assembly of Yahweh. A bastard shall not enter into the assembly of Yahweh. Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the assembly of Yahweh. An Ammoni or a Moavi shall not enter into the assembly of Yahweh. Even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the assembly of Yahweh forever. Because they met you not with bread and with water in the way, when you came forth out of Mitzrayim. And because they hired against you Balaam the son of Beor, a Pethor of Aram Naharim, to curse you. Nevertheless, Yahweh Elohika would not hearken unto Balaam, but Yahweh Elohika turned the curse into a blessing unto you, because Yahweh Elohika loved you. Ye shall not seek their peace, nor their prosperity all your days forever. Ye shall not abhor an Edomi, for he is your brother. Ye shall not abhor a Mitzri, because you were a stranger in his land. The children that are begotten of them shall enter into the assembly of Yahweh in their 3rd generation. When the host goes forth against your enemies, then guard you from every wicked thing. If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanliness, that chances him by night, then shall he go abroad out of the camp. He shall not come within the camp. But it shall be when evening comes on, he shall wash himself with water. And when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again. Ye shall have a place also without the camp, whither ye shall go forth abroad. And ye shall have a paddle upon your weapon. And it shall be, when you will ease yourself abroad, ye shall dig therewith, and shall turn back, and cover that which comes from you. For Yahweh Elohika walks in the midst of your camp, to deliver you, and to give up your enemies before you. Therefore shall your camp be holy, that he see no unclean thing in you, and turn away from you. You shall not deliver unto his master the servant which escaped from his master unto you. He shall dwell with you, even among you, in that place which he shall choose in one of your gates. Where it likes him best, ye shall not oppress him. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Yashrael, nor a sodomy of the sons of Yashrael. You shall not bring the hire of a whore, or the price of a dog, into the house of Yahweh Elohika for any vow. For even both these are an abomination unto Yahweh Elohika. You shall not lend upon usury to your brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. Unto a stranger you may lend upon usury, but unto your brother you shall not lend upon usury. That Yahweh Elohika may bless you in all that you set your hand to in the land, whether you go to possess it. When you shall vow a vow unto Yahweh Elohika, you shall not slack to pay it, for Yahweh Elohika will surely require it of you, and it would be sin in you. But if you shall forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in you. That which has gone out of your lips you shall guard and perform, even a freewill offering, according as you have vowed unto Yahweh Elohika, which you have promised with your mouth. When you come into your neighbor's vineyard, then you may eat grapes, your fill at your own pleasure. You shall not put in any in your vessel. When you come into the standing grain of your neighbor, then you may pluck the ears with your hand, but you shall not move a sickle unto your neighbor's standing grain. Deuteronomy chapter 24. When a man has taken a woman and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he has found some uncleanliness in her, then let him write her a zephyr of divorcement, and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's woman. And if the latter man hate her, and write her a zephyr of divorcement, and gives it in her hand, and sends her out of his house, or if the latter man die which took her to be his woman, her former man which sent her away may not take her again to be his woman, after that she is defiled, for that is an abomination before Yahweh. and you shall not cause the land to sin, which Yahweh Elohim gives you for an inheritance. When a man has taken a new woman, he shall not go out to war, neither shall he be charged with any business, but he shall be free at home 1 year. He shall cheer up his woman which he has taken. No man shall take the nether or the upper millstone to pledge, for he takes a man's life to pledge. If a man be found stealing any of his brethren, of the children of Yashrael, and make merchandise of him, or sells him, that the chief shall die, and you shall put evil away from among you. Take heed in the plague of leprosy, that you guard diligently and do according to all that the priests, the Levim, shall teach you, as I commanded them, so you shall guard to do. Remember what Yahweh Elohim did unto Miriam by the way, after that you were come forth out of Mitzrayim. When you lend your brother anything, you shall not go into his house to fetch his pledge. You shall not stand abroad, and the man whom you lend shall bring out the pledge abroad unto you. And if the man be poor, you shall not sleep with his pledge. In any case, you shall deliver him the pledge again when the sun goes down, that he may sleep in his own raiment, and bless you, and it shall be righteousness unto you before Yahweh Elohim. You shall not oppress a hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be of your brethren or of your strangers that are in your land within your gates. At his day you shall give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor, and sets his heart upon it, lest he cry unto you, unto Yahweh, and it be a sin unto you. The fathers shall not be put to death for their children, neither shall the children be put to death for their fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. You shall not pervert the judgment of the stranger, nor of the fatherless, nor take a widow's raiment to pledge. But you shall remember that you were a bondman in Mitzrayim, and Yahweh Elohim redeemed you thence. Therefore I command you to do this thing. When you cut down your harvest in the field, and have forgot a sheaf in the field, you shall not go again to fetch it. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. The Yahweh Elohim may bless you in all the work of your hands. When you beat your olive tree, you shall not go over the balls again. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. When you gather grapes of the vineyard, you shall not glean it afterward. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. And you shall remember that you were bondmen in the land of Mitzrayim. Therefore I command you to do this thing. Deuteronomy chapter 25. If there be a controversy between men, and they come unto judgment, that the judges may judge them, and then they shall justify the righteous and condemn the wicked. And it shall be, if the wicked man be worthy to be beaten, that the judge shall cause him to lie down and to be beaten before his face, according to his fault, by a certain number. 40 stripes he may give him, and not exceed, lest, if he should exceed, and beat him above these many stripes, then your brother should seem vile unto you. You shall not muzzle the ox when he treads out the grain. If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no child, the woman of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her man's brother shall go in unto her, and take her to him to be his woman, and perform the duty of a man's brother unto her. And it shall be that the firstborn, when she bears, shall succeed in the name of his brother which is dead, that his name be not put out of Yashrael. And if the man like not to take his brother's woman, then let his brother's woman go up to the gate unto the elders, and say, My man's brother refuses to raise up unto his brother a name in Yashrael. He will not perform the duty of my man's brother. Then the elders of his city shall call him, and speak unto him. And if he stand to it, and say, I like not to take her, then shall his brother's woman come unto him in the presence of the elders, and loose his shoe from off his foot, and spit in his face, and shall answer and say, So shall it be done unto the man that will not build up his brother's house. And his name shall be called in Yashrael the house of him that has his shoe loosed. When men strive together one with another, and the woman of the one draws near for to deliver her man out of the hand of him that smites him, and puts forth her hand and takes him by the secrets, then you shall cut off her hand, your eye shall not pity her. You shall not have in your bag diverse weights, a great and small. You shall not have in your house diverse measures, a great and small. But you shall have a perfect and just weight, a perfect and just measure shall you have, that your days be lengthened in the land which Yahweh Elohim gives you. For all that do such things and all that do unrighteously are an abomination unto Yahweh Elohika. Remember what Amalek did unto you by the way, when you were come forth out of Mitzrayim, how he met you by the way, and smote the hindmost of you, even all that were feeble behind you, when you were faint and weary, and he feared not Elohim. Therefore it shall be, when Yahweh Elohika has given you rest from all your enemies round about, in the land which Yahweh Elohika gives you for an inheritance to possess it, that you shall blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. You shall not forget. Deuteronomy chapter 26. And it shall be, when you are coming unto the land which Yahweh Elohika gives you for an inheritance, and possess it, and dwell therein, that you shall take of the first of all fruit of the earth, which you shall bring of your land that Yahweh Elohika gives you, and shall put it in a basket, and shall go unto the place which Yahweh Elohika shall choose to place his name there. And ye shall go unto the priest that shall be in those days, and say unto him, I profess this day unto Yahweh Elohika that I am come unto the country which Yahweh swore unto our fathers to give us. And the priest shall take the basket out of your hand, and set it down before the altar of Yahweh Elohika. And ye shall speak and say before Yahweh Elohika, and Aremi, ready to perish, was my father. And he went down into Mitzrayim, and sojourned there with a few, and became there a nation, great, mighty, and populous. And the Mitzrayim evil entreated us, and afflicted us, and laid upon us hard bondage. And when we cried unto El Yahweh Elohai of our fathers, Yahweh heard our voice, and looked on our affliction, and our labor, and our oppression. And Yahweh brought us forth out of Mitzrayim with a mighty hand, and with an outstretched arm, and with great terribleness, and with signs, and with wonders. And he brought us unto this place, and has given us this land, even a land that flows with milk and honey. And now, behold, I have brought the first fruits of the land which you, O Yahweh, have given me. And you shall set it before Yahweh Elohika, and worship before Yahweh Elohika. And you shall rejoice in every good thing which Yahweh Elohika has given unto you, and unto your house, you and the Levite and the stranger that is among you. When you have made an end of tithing, all the tithes of your increase the third year, which is the year of tithing, and have given it unto the Levi, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, that they may eat within your gates and be filled, then you shall say before Yahweh Elohika, I have brought away the hallowed things out of my house, and also have given them unto the Levi, and unto the stranger, to the fatherless, and to the widow, according to all your commandments which you have commanded me. I have not transgressed your commandments, neither have I forgotten them. I have not eaten thereof in my mourning, neither have I taken away aught thereof for any unclean use, nor given aught thereof for the dead, but I have hearkened to the voice of Yahweh Elohai, and have done according to all that you have commanded me. Look down from your holy habitation from heaven, and bless your people, Yashrael, and the land which you have given us, as you swore unto our fathers, a land that flows with milk and honey. This day Yahweh Elohika has commanded you to do these commandments and these judgments. You shall therefore guard and do them with all your heart and with all your soul. You have avouched Yahweh this day to be your Elohim, and walk in his ways, and to guard his statutes and his commandments and his judgments, and to hearken unto his voice. And Yahweh has avouched you this day to be his peculiar people, as he promised you, and that you shall guard all his commandments, and to make you high above all nations which he has made in praise and in name and in honor, that you may be a holy people unto Yahweh Elohika, as he has spoken. Deuteronomy chapter 27. And Moshe, with the elders of Yashrael, commanded the people, saying, Guard all the commandments which I command you this day. And it shall be on the day when you shall pass over the Jordan unto the land which Yahweh Elohika gives you, that you shall set up great stones, and plaster them with plaster. And you shall write upon them all the words of this Torah when you are passed over, that you may go in unto the land which Yahweh Elohika gives you, a land that flows with milk and honey, as Yahweh Elohai of your fathers has promised you. Therefore it shall be, when you be gone over the Jordan, that you shall set up these stones which I command you this day, in Mount Ebal, and you shall plaster them with plaster, and there you shall build an altar unto Yahweh Elohika, an altar of stones. You shall not lift up any iron tool upon them. You shall build the altar of Yahweh Elohika of whole stones, and you shall offer burnt offerings thereon unto Yahweh Elohika. And you shall offer peace offerings, and you shall eat there and rejoice before Yahweh Elohika. And you shall write upon the stones all the words of this Torah very plainly. And Moshe and the priests, the Levim, spoke unto all Yashrael, saying, Take heed and hearken, O Yashrael, this day you are become the people of Yahweh Elohika. You shall therefore obey the voice of Yahweh Elohika, and do his commandments and his statutes which I command you this day. And Moshe charged the people the same day, saying, These shall stand upon Mount Gerizim to bless the people, when you are come over the Yarden, Shimon and Levi and Yehuda and Yishakar and Joseph and Benjamin. And these shall stand upon Mount Ebal to curse Reuben, Gad, and Asher, and Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali. And the Levim shall speak, and say unto all the men of Yashrael with a loud voice, Cursed be the man that makes any graven or molten image, an abomination unto Yahweh, the work of the hands of the craftsman, and puts it in a secret place. And all the people shall answer and say, Amen. Cursed be he that sets light by his father or his mother. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that removes his neighbor's landmark. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that makes the blind to wander out of the way. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that perverts the judgment of the stranger, fatherless, and widow. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that lies with his father's woman, because he uncovers his father's skirt. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that lies with any manner of beast. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that lies with his sister, the daughter of his father, or the daughter of his mother. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that lies with his mother-in-law. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that smites his neighbor secretly. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that takes reward to slay an innocent person. And all the people shall say, Amen. Cursed be he that confirms not the words of this Torah to do them. And all the people shall say, Amen. Deuteronomy chapter 28. And it shall come to pass, if you shall hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh Elohika, to guard and to do all his commandments which I command you this day, that Yahweh Elohika will set you on high above all the nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on you and overtake you, if you shall hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Elohika. Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of your body, and the fruit of your ground, and the fruit of your cattle, the increase of your kind, and the flocks of your sheep. Blessed shall be your basket and your store. Blessed shall you be when you come in, and blessed you shall be when you go out. Yahweh shall cause your enemies that rise up against you to be smitten before your face. They shall come out against you one way, and flee before you 7 ways. Yahweh shall command the blessings upon you in your storehouses, and in all that is set your hand unto. And he shall bless you in the land which Yahweh Elohika gives you. Yahweh shall establish you a holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto you, if you shall guard the commandments of Yahweh Elohika and walk in his ways. And all the people of the earth shall see that you are called by the name of Yahweh, and they shall be afraid of you. And Yahweh shall make you plenteous in goods, in the fruit of your body, and in the fruit of your cattle, and in the fruit of your ground, and the land which Yahweh swore unto your fathers to give you. Yahweh shall open unto you his good treasure, the heavens to give the rain unto your land in his season, and to bless all the work of your hand. And you shall lend unto many nations, and you shall not borrow. And Yahweh shall make you head and not the tail, and you shall be above only, and you shall not be beneath, if that you hearken unto the commandments of Yahweh Elohika, which I command you this day, to guard and to do them. And you shall not go aside from any of the words which I command you this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other Elohim to serve them. But it shall come to pass, if you will not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Elohika, to guard to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. Cursed shall you be in the city, and cursed shall you be in the field. Cursed shall you be your basket and your store. Cursed shall be the fruit of your body, and the fruit of your land, the increase of your kind, and the flocks of your sheep. Cursed shall you be when you come in, and cursed shall you be when you go out. Yahweh shall send upon you the cursing, the vexation, and rebuke, and all that you set your hand unto for to do, until you be destroyed, and until you perish quickly because of the wickedness of your doings, whereby you have forsaken me. Yahweh shall make the pestilence cleave unto you, until he have consumed you from off the land, whither you go to possess it. Yahweh shall smite you with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew. And they shall pursue you until they perish. And your heaven that is over your head shall be brass, and the earth that is under you shall be iron. Yahweh shall make the rain of your land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon you until you be destroyed. Yahweh shall cause you to be smitten before your enemies. You shall go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all kingdoms of the earth. And your carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. Yahweh will smite you with the botch of Mitzrayim, and with tumors, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof you cannot be healed. Yahweh shall smite you with madness, and blindness, and astonishment of heart. And you shall grope at noonday, as the blind gropes in darkness, and you shall not prosper in your ways. You shall be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save you. You shall betroth a woman, and another man shall lie with her. You shall build a house, and you shall not dwell therein. You shall plant a vineyard, and shall not gather the grapes thereof. Your ox shall be slain before your eyes, and you shall not eat thereof. Your ass shall be violently taken away from before your face, and shall not be restored unto you. Your sheep shall be given unto your enemies, and you shall have none to rescue them. Your sons and your daughters shall be given unto another people, and your eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in your hand. The fruit of your land and all your labors shall a nation which you know not eat up, and you shall be only oppressed and crushed always, so that you shall be mad for the sight of your eyes, which you shall see. Yahweh shall smite you in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of your foot unto the top of your head. Yahweh shall bring you and your king, which you shall set over you, unto a nation which neither you nor your fathers have known. And there shall you serve other Elohim, wood and stone. And you shall become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations whither Yahweh shall lead you. And you shall carry much seed out into the field, and shall gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it. You shall plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine, nor their grapes, for the worm shall eat them. You shall have olive trees throughout all your coasts, but you shall not anoint yourself with oil, for your olive shall cast his fruit. You shall beget sons and daughters, but you shall not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. All your trees and the fruit of your land shall the locust consume. The stranger that is within you shall get up above you very high, and shall come down very low. And he shall lend to you, and you shall not lend to him. He shall be the head, and you shall be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon you, and shall pursue you, and overtake you, till you be destroyed, because you hearken not unto the voice of Yahweh Elohika, to guard his commandments and his statutes which he commanded you. And they shall be upon you for a sign and for a wonder, and upon your seed forever, because you serve not Yahweh Elohika with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all these things. Therefore shall you serve your enemies, which Yahweh shall send against you, in hunger and thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon your neck until we have destroyed you. Yahweh shall bring a nation against you from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flies, a nation whose tongue you shall not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of your cattle and the fruit of your land until you be destroyed, which also shall not leave you either grain, wine, or oil, or the increase of your kind, or the flocks of your sheep, until he have destroyed you. And he shall besiege you in all your gates, until your high and fenced walls come down, wherein you trusted, throughout all your land. And he shall besiege you in all your gates throughout all your land, which Yahweh Elohika has given you. And you shall eat the fruit of your own body, the flesh of your sons and of your daughters, which Yahweh Elohika has given you, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith your enemies shall distress you. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the woman of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children which he shall leave. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he has nothing left him in the siege and in the straitness wherewith your enemies shall distress you in all your gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the man of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that comes out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege, and straitness wherewith your enemy shall distress you in your gates. If you will not guard to do all the words of this Torah that are written in this Cepher, that you may fear this glorious and fearful name, Yahweh Elohika, then Yahweh will make your plagues wonderful, and the plagues of your seed, even great plagues, and of long countenance, and sore sickness, and of long countenance. Moreover, he will bring upon you all the diseases of Mitzrayim, which you were afraid of, and they shall cleave unto you. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the Cepher of this Torah, them will Yahweh bring upon you, until you be destroyed. And ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for a multitude, because you would not obey the voice of Yahweh Elohika. And it shall come to pass that as Yahweh rejoiced over you to do good and to multiply you, so that Yahweh will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught, and you shall be plucked from off the land whither you go to possess it. And Yahweh shall scatter you among all the people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there you shall serve other Elohim, which neither you nor your fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shall you find no ease, neither shall the sole of your foot have rest, but Yahweh shall give you there a trembling heart, and failing eyes, and sorrow of mind. And your life shall hang in doubt before you, and you shall fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of your life. In the morning you shall say, would to Elohim it were evening, and at evening you shall say, would to Elohim it were morning. For the fear of your heart wherewith you shall fear, and for the sight of your eyes which you shall see. And Yahweh shall bring you into Mitzrayim again with ships by the way whereof I spoke unto you. And you shall see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Deuteronomy chapter 29. These are the words of the covenant, which Yahweh commanded Moshe to cut with the children of Yashrael in the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he cut with them in Horeb. And Moshe called unto all Yashrael and said unto them, Ye have seen all that Yahweh did before your eyes in the land of Mitzrayim, unto Pharaoh, and unto all his servants, and unto all his land. The great temptations which your eyes have seen, the signs and those great miracles. Yet Yahweh has not given you a heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day. And I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxen old upon you, and your shoe is not waxen old upon your foot. Ye have not eaten bread, neither have ye drunk wine or strong drink, that ye might know that I am Yahweh Elohim. And when ye come in unto this place, Sichon the king of Heshbon and Og the king of Bashan came out against us unto battle, and we smote them. And we took their land and gave it for an inheritance unto the Reubenim and to the Gadim and the half tribe of Manasseh. Guard therefore the words of this covenant, and do them, that ye may prosper in all that ye do. You stand this day, all of you, before Yahweh Elohim, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Yashrael, your little ones, your women, and your stranger that is in your camp, from the hewer of your wood unto the drawer of your water, that you should enter into the covenant with Yahweh Elohim, and into his oath which Yahweh Elohim cuts with you this day, that he may establish you today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto you Elohim, as he has said unto you, and as he has sworn unto your fathers, to Abraham, to Yitzhak, and to Yaakov. Neither with you only do I cut this covenant and this oath, but with him that stands here with us this day before Yahweh Eloheinu, and also with him that is not here with us this day. For ye know how we have dwelt in the land of Mitzrayim, and how we came to the nations which ye passed by. And ye have seen their abominations, and their idols, wood and stone, silver and gold, which were among them. Lest there should be among you man or woman or family or tribe, whose heart turns away this day from Yahweh Eloheinu, to go and serve the Elohai of these nations, lest there should be among you a root that bears gall and wormwood. And it came to pass, when he hears the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of my heart, to add drunkenness to thirst. Yahweh will not spare him, but the anger of Yahweh and his jealousy shall smoke against that man, and all the curses that are written in the Cepher shall lie upon him, and Yahweh shall blot out his name from under heaven. And Yahweh shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Yashrael, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in the Cepher of this Torah. So the generation to come of your children that shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from a far land shall say, when they see the plagues of that land, and the sickness which Yahweh has laid upon it, and that the whole land thereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that it is not sown, nor bears, nor any grass grows therein, like the overthrow of Sodom and Amorah, Admah and Zavim, which Yahweh overthrew in his anger and in his wrath. Even all nations shall say, wherefore has Yahweh done thus unto this land? What means the heat of this great anger? Then men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of Yahweh Elohai of their fathers, which he cut with them, when he brought them forth out of the land of Mitzrayim. For they went and served other Elohim, and worshipped them, Elohim whom they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them. And the anger of Yahweh was kindled against this land, to bring upon it all the curses that are written in the Cepher. And Yahweh rooted them out of their land in anger, and in wrath, and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, as it is this day. Now the secrets of Yahweh Eloheinu, and the revealing to us and our sons forever, is by the keeping of all the words of this Torah. Deuteronomy chapter 30. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon you, the blessing and the curse which I have set before you, and ye shall call them to mind among all the nations whither Yahweh Elohika has driven you, and shall return unto Yahweh Elohika, and shall obey his voice, according to all that I command you this day, you and your children, with all your heart and with all your soul. That then Yahweh Elohika will turn your captivity, and have compassion upon you, and will return and gather you from all the nations whither Yahweh Elohika has scattered you. And if any of yours be driven out unto the uttermost parts of heaven, from thence will Yahweh Elohika gather you, and from thence will he fetch you. Yahweh Elohika will bring you into the land which your fathers possessed, and ye shall possess it, and he will do you good, and multiply you above your fathers. And Yahweh Elohika will circumcise your heart and the heart of your seed, to love Yahweh Elohika with all your heart and with all your soul, that you may live. And Yahweh Elohika will put all these curses upon your enemies, and on them that hate you, which persecute you. And ye shall return and obey the voice of Yahweh, and do all his commandments which I command you this day. And Yahweh Elohika will make you plenteous in every work of your hand, in the fruit of your body, and in the fruit of your cattle, and in the fruit of your land, for good. For Yahweh will again rejoice over you, for good, as he rejoiced over your fathers. If ye shall hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Elohika, to guard his commandments and his statutes, which are written in the Cepher of this Torah, and if you turn unto Yahweh Elohika with all your heart and with all your soul, for this commandment which I command you this day, it is not hidden from you, neither is it afar off. It is not in heaven that you should say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? Neither is it beyond the sea that you should say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? But the word is very nigh unto you, in your mouth and in your heart, that you may do it. See, I have set before you this day life and good, and death and evil, and that I command you this day to love Yahweh Elohika, to walk in his ways, and to guard his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that you may live and multiply. And Yahweh Elohika shall bless you in the land whither you go to possess it. But if your heart turn away, so that you will not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other Elohim, and to serve them, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whither you go to pass over the Yarden to possess it. I call the heavens and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both you and your seed may live, that you may love Yahweh Elohika, and that you may obey his voice, and you may cleave unto him, for he is your life and the length of your days, that you may dwell in the land which Yahweh swore unto your fathers, to Abraham, to Yitzhak, and to Jacob, to give them. Deuteronomy chapter 31. And Moshe went and spoke these words unto all Yashrael, and he said unto them, I am 120 years old this day. I can no more go out and come in. Also Yahweh said unto me, you shall not go over this Yarden. Yahweh Elohika, he will go over before you, and he will destroy these nations from before you, and you shall possess them. And Yahusha, he shall go over before you, as Yahweh has said. And Yahweh shall do unto them as he did to Sichon and to Og, kings of the Amorim, and unto the land of them whom he destroyed. And Yahweh shall give them up before your face, that you may do unto them according unto all the commandments which I have commanded you. Be strong and of good courage, fear not, nor be afraid of them, for Yahweh Elohika, he it is that goes with you, he will not fail you, nor forsake you. And Moshe called unto Yahusha, and said unto him in the sight of all Yashrael, Be strong and of good courage, for you must go with this people unto the land which Yahweh has sworn unto their fathers to give them. He shall cause them to inherit it. And Yahweh, he it is that goes before you, he will be with you, he will not fail you, neither forsake you. Fear not, neither be dismayed. And Moshe wrote this Torah and delivered it unto the priests, the sons of Levi, which bore the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, and unto all the elders of Yashrael. And Moshe commanded them, saying, At the end of every 7 years, in the solemnity of the year of the release, in the feast of Sukkoth, when all Yashrael is come to appear before Yahweh Elohika, in the place which he shall choose, ye shall read this Torah before all Yashrael in their hearing. Gather the people together, men and women and children, and your stranger that is within your gates, that they may hear, and they may learn, and fear Yahweh Elohim, and guard to do all the words of this Torah, and that their children which have not known anything may hear and learn to fear Yahweh Elohim, as long as ye live in the land where ye go over the Jordan to possess it. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, Behold, your days approach that you must die. Call Yahusha, and present yourselves in the tabernacle of the assembly, that I might give him a charge. And Moshe and Yahusha went and presented themselves in the tabernacle of the assembly. And Yahweh appeared in the tabernacle in a pillar of cloud, and the pillar of the cloud stood over the door of the tabernacle. And Yahweh said unto Moshe, Behold, you shall sleep with your fathers, and this people will rise up and go a-whoring after other Elohai of the strangers of the land, whither they go to be among them, and will forsake me and break the covenant which I have cut with them. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them, and I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured, and many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, Are not these evils come upon us, because our Elohim is not among us? And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they have wrought, and that they are turned unto other Elohim. Now therefore write ye this song for you, and teach it to the children of Yashrael. Put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Yashrael. For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swore unto their fathers, that flows with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten and filled themselves and waxed and fat, then will they turn unto other Elohim and serve them, and provoke me and break my covenant. And it shall come to pass, when many evils and troubles are befallen them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness, for it shall not be forgotten out of the mouths of their seed. For I know their imagination which they go about, even now, before I have brought them into the land which I swore. Moshe therefore wrote this song the same day, and taught it the children of Yashrael. And he gave Yahusha the son of Nun a charge, and said, Be strong and of good courage, for ye shall bring the children of Yashrael into the land which I swore unto them, and I will be with you. And it came to pass, when Moshe had made an end of writing the words of this Torah in a Cepher, until they were finished, that Moshe commanded the Levim which bore the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, saying, Take this Cepher of the Torah, and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of Yahweh Elohim, that it may be there for a witness against you. For I know your rebellion and your stiff neck. Behold, while I am yet alive with you this day, ye have been rebellious against Yahweh. And how much more after my death? Gather unto me all the elders of your tribes and your officers, that I may speak these words in their ears, and call the heavens and the earth to record against them. For I know that after my death you will utterly corrupt yourselves, and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you, and evil will befall you in the latter days, because you will do evil in the sight of Yahweh to provoke him to anger through the work of your hands. And Moshe spoke in the ears of all the assembly of Yashrael the words of the song, until they were ended. Deuteronomy chapter 32. Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. Because I will publish the name of Yahweh, Ascribe ye greatness unto our Elohim. He is the rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are judgment, an El of truth and without iniquity. Just and right is he. They have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They are a perverse and crooked generation. Do ye thus requite Yahweh, O foolish people and unwise? Is not he your father that has bought you? Has he not made you and established you? Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask your father, and he will show you. Your elders, and they will tell you. When El Elyon divided the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of men, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Yashrael. For Yahweh's portion is his people. Yaakov is the lot of his inheritance. He found him in a desert land, and in the waste, hallowing wilderness. He led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye. As an eagle stirs up her nest, flutters over her young, spreads abroad her wings, takes them, bears them on her wings, so Yahweh alone did lead them, and there was no strange El with him. He made him ride on the high places of the earth, that he may eat the increase of the fields. He made him to suck honey out of the rock, and oil out of the flinty rock, butter of kine, and milk of sheep, with fat of lambs and rams of the breed of Bashan, and goats with the fat of kidneys of wheat. And you did drink the pure blood of the grape. But Yasharon waxed fat and kicked. You are waxen fat, you are grown thick, you are covered with fatness. Then he forsook Elohai which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his Yeshua. They provoked him to jealousy with strange Elohim. With abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to Elohai, to Elohim whom they knew not, to new Elohim that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. Of the rock that begat you, you are unmindful, and have forgotten El that formed you. And when Yahweh saw it, he abhorred them because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no belief. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not El. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn into the lowest Sheol, and shall consume earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundation of the mountains. I will heap mischiefs upon them, I will spend my arrows upon them. They shall be burnt with hunger, and devoured with burning heat, and with bitter destruction. I will also send the teeth of the beast upon them, with the poison of serpents of the dust. The sword without and terror within shall destroy both the young man and the virgin, the suckling also with the man of gray hairs. I said, I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. Were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely, and lest they should say, our hand is high, and Yahweh has not done all this. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. How should one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight, except their rock has sold them, and Yahweh had shut them up? For their rock is not as our rock, even our enemies themselves being judges. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom, and of the fields of Amorah. Their grapes are grapes of gall, their clusters are bitter. Their wine is the poison of dragons, and the cruel venom of asps. Is not this laid up in store with me, and sealed up among my treasures? To me belongs vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. For Yahweh shall judge his people, and sigh for his servants, when he sees that their power is gone, and there is none shut up or left. And he shall say, where is their Elohim, their rock in whom they trusted, which did eat the fat of their sacrifices, and drank the wine of their drink offerings? Let them rise up and help you, and be your protection. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no Elohim with me. I kill and make alive, I wound and heal. There is neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword, and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies, and will reward them that hate me. I will make arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives, from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance to his adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people. And Moshe came and spoke all the words of this song in the ears of the people, he and Husha the son of Nun. And Moshe made an end of speaking all the words to Yashrael. And he said unto them, Set your hearts unto all the words which I testify among you this day, which ye shall command your children to guard to do, all the words of this Torah. For it is not a vain thing for you, because it is your life. And through this thing ye shall prolong your days in the land, whether ye go over the Yarden to possess it. And Yahweh spoke unto Moshe the self-same day, saying, Go get you up into this mountain, Avarim, unto Mount Nevu, which is in the land of Moab, that is over against Jericho, and behold the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Yashrael for a possession. And die in the mount whether you go up, and be gathered unto your people, as Aaron your brother died in Mount Hor, and was gathered unto his people, because ye transgressed against me among the children of Yashrael at the waters of Meribah Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin, because ye sanctified me not in the midst of the children of Yashrael. Yet shall ye see the land before you, but ye shall not go thither unto the land which I give the children of Yashrael. Deuteronomy chapter 33. And this is the blessing wherewith Moshe, the man of Elohim, blessed the children of Yashrael before his death. And he said, Yahweh came from Sinai and rose up from Seir unto them. He shined forth from Mount Paran, and he came with 10,000 of his Kodashim. From his right hand went a fiery law for them. Yeah, he loved the people. All his Kodashim are in your hand, and they sat down at your feet. Everyone shall receive of your words. Moshe commanded us a Torah, even the inheritance of the assembly of Yaakov. And he was a king in Yasharun, when the heads of the people and the tribes of Yashrael were gathered together. Let Reuben live and not die, and let not his men be few. And this is the blessing of Yehuda. And he said, Hear Yahweh, the voice of Yehuda, and bring him unto his people, and let his hands be sufficient for him, and be you a help to him from his enemies. And of Levi he said, Let your Tumim and your Urim be with you, Chassid, whom you did prove at Makkah, and with whom you did strive at the waters of Meribah, who said unto his father and to his mother, I have not seen him, neither did he acknowledge his brethren, nor knew his own children, for they have guarded your word and kept your covenant. They shall teach Yaakov your judgment, and Yashrael your Torah. They shall put incense before you, and whole burnt sacrifice upon your altar. Bless Yahweh his substance, and accept the work of his hands. Smite through the loins of them that rise against him, and of them that hate him, that they rise not again. And of Benjamin he said, The beloved of Yahweh shall dwell in safety by him, and Yahweh shall cover him all the day long, and he shall dwell between his shoulders. And of Joseph he said, Blessed of Yahweh be his land, for the precious things of heaven, for the dew, and for the deep that couches beneath, and for the precious fruits brought forth by the sun, and for the precious things put forth by the moon, and for the chief things of the ancient mountains, and for the precious things of the lasting hills, and for the precious things of the earth and the fullness thereof, and for the good will of him that dwelt in the thorn bush. Let the blessing come upon the head of Joseph, and upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brethren. His glory is like the firstling of his bullock, and like his horns are like the horns of a unicorn. With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth. And they are the 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh. And of Zebulun he said, Rejoice, Zebulun, in your going out, and Yishakar in your tents. They shall call the people unto the mountains. There shall they offer sacrifices of the righteousness, for they shall suck of the abundance of the seas, and of the treasures hid in the sand. And of Gad he said, Blessed be he that enlarges Gad. He dwells as a lion, and tears the arm with the crown of the head. And he provided the first part for himself, because there is a portion of the Torah giver was he seated. And he came with the heads of the people. He executed the justice of Yahweh, and his judgments with Yashrael. And of Dan he said, Dan is a lion's whelp. He shall leap from Bashan. And of Naphtali he said, O Naphtali, satisfied with favor and full of the blessing of Yahweh, possess you the west and the south. And of Asher he said, Let Asher be blessed with children. Let him be acceptable to his brethren, and let him dip his foot in oil. Your shoes shall be iron and brass. In your days so shall your strength be. There is none like unto El of Yasharon, who rides upon the heavens in your help. and his excellency on the sky. The eternal Elohai is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms, and he shall thrust out the enemy from before you, and shall say, Destroy them. Yashrael then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of grain and wine. Also his heaven shall drop down dew. Happy are you, O Yashrael. Who is like unto you, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of your help, and who is the sword of your excellency? And your enemies shall be found liars unto you, and you shall tread upon their high places. Deuteronomy chapter 34. And Moshe went up from the plains of Moab unto the mountain of Nevu, to the top of Pigah, that is over against Jericho. And Yahweh showed him all the land of Gilead unto Dan, and all Naphtali, and all the land of Ephraim and Manasseh, and all the land of Yehudah unto the uttermost sea, and the Negev, and the circle of the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees unto Zoar. And Yahweh said unto him, This is the land which I swore unto Abraham, unto Yitzchak, and to Jacob, saying, I will give it unto your seed. I have caused you to see it with your eyes, but you shall not go over thither. So Moshe the servant of Yahweh died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of Yahweh. And he buried him in the valley in the land of Moab, over against Bet Peor. But no man knows of his sepulchre unto this day. And Moshe was 120 years old when he died. His eyes was not dim, nor his natural force abated. And the children of Yashrael wept for Moshe in the plains of Moab 30 days. So the days of weeping and mourning for Moshe were ended. And Yahusha the son of Nun was full of the Ruach Chokamah, for Moshe had laid his hands upon him, and the children of Yashrael hearkened unto him. And he did as Yahweh commanded Moshe. And there arose not a prophet since in Yashrael like unto Moshe, whom Yahweh knew face to face. And all the signs and the wonders which Yahweh sent him to do in the land of Mitzrayim to Pharaoh, and to all his servants, and to all his land. And in all the mighty hand and all the great terror which Moshe showed in the sight of Yashrael. And that concludes Deuteronomy. Thank you for reading with me. Join me next in Joshua.